Good day, Ambrose.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Yeah, how you doing, sir? You are welcome back to our question and answer session for today. Yes, quick one. As usual, somebody has to pray for us to start up. We have a lot of things to discuss today, but I know that time will not permit us. We have to shift some of them to the upper week for discussion. But let's do the ones that I know that they are needful for this week. A lot. But let somebody pray for us so that we can kick off immediately. Yeah.
Okay, I will be live in Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Almighty God, we thank you for today. We thank you for the life of Ambrose and his team. And we thank you for the lives of everybody present. We are inviting you into this discussion. Take prominence, come and direct it. So at the end of it, we give you the glory. Al-Fatiha. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Rahmanirrahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim. Ghayri maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, before we go on, I want to say big thanks to those that attend the master class for last Saturday, and I know it was an eye opener and also an opportunity for them to move to the next level. I appreciate all that that were there. May God bless you all. Yes, today we were starting at I always said that when we are looking at the market, to start from the shortest time frame, then we now move to the bigger time frame to give you a clear picture of what has happened. And that is why any one of us that in this group, I always said several that you need to up your game in technical analysis, and at the same time move to that level that you can combine fundamental and technical at any time, because it also help you to understand anything we're dishing out for decision making, and you make the right decision at the right time. It's very, very key. Yes, very, very key. Then if you look at the chart I just displayed on the discussion now, the presentation, you can see that was already seen on a short time frame, we're seeing a change in trend because of activities of the market yesterday. Market yesterday, at the end of trading on Friday, we saw a high cap stock being sold off by investors to the position in the lower and the medium cap stock ahead of earnings season. On that note, the market captured that activity yesterday, that the sell-off in Ether turned the market trend yesterday on a daily time frame. But on that also, if you look at the trend that we'll be following, we'll see what kind of a zigzag trend and also a double bottom chart pattern formation. When you look at this point here and this point here, it was a double bottom that gave this rise to this trend. And on the sell-off on Thursday and the profit taking on Thursday and sell-off on the Friday turned the trend down automatically on a daily time frame. That means as an investor, you look at this daily time frame and also at the same time look at what your weekly and monthly time frame to give you the full picture of what is happening in the market. But on a daily time frame, we have gotten where the market is going. There's a change in trend. Market is looking down ahead of any season. What sign does that give to you as an investor? After market has formed a double bottom here and there, I would say the rally. But this rally was short-lived because of what? A sell-off in major stocks that touched their a new high in the few days of the week, and also that also break out from their consolidation level, and that attracted profit taking, which for me is usual. I will tell you that profit taking is integral part of what equity market anywhere in the world. But what happens that when profit taking is being undertaken in the market, what is the next line of action as a trader or investor you should be doing? When you see profit taking, it's also an opportunity for a pullback. You now position some stock you have sold up at the top and come and buy low. For example, now stock like assets, let me just put stock like assets that was up around almost 10 naira before it closed out there around 940, 945 for that day. People that entered assets around 550, 520 would have made more than 1 naira, which is almost around 18%. For that day, they will just come out immediately because they've waited. And that is how to invest. We take profit and come back. That doesn't mean that assets is bad. Assets has some strong fundamental. Everything assets is intact. While the price come back, you enter again. That means we say we trade price. And anytime, any day, anywhere, there are factors that also drive this price and the market. Now that we are the earning season, like I said, that as volume is the fuel for price movement or index movement. Also, earning season is also a fuel for market and price action movement too. But you need to understand why it's so. When you're in any season, there are things that are bound to change the market immediately. Now that we're approaching any season, with one of the companies releasing their result within the week under review, and that result came powerfully. And for me, it's an eye-opener to everyone in this forum today that result alone are giving us a clue where the market is going or where the earning season is going. Comparing the earning season of 2021 to that of 2020, knowing that fully in 2020 we had a kind of a mixed activities of one. We have coronavirus plaguing the nation, the whole world. At the same time, we have recession in the economy. That slowed down activities there. That's why that companies still posted good numbers in that 2020. Now that we are seeing a slow recovery, that's why we call it slow or weak. They are still recovering. It's better than what we saw that year. That means for me, many companies on the exchange were likely to also post a better number compared to what they did in 2020. That's the result that came from Infinite Trust Mortgage Bank released within the week. So that the top line of these companies, this company were up. The gross earning was up about 32%, while the bottom line was up about almost 100%. If you look at their profit margin for that half year, it's about 38, 32. For me, it's a good one. That is where we are going, especially those companies that are related to construction, real estate, also the banking sector. Because when I take time to look at the numbers that came from that company, I will tell you that I was pleased that their treasury and the placement performance for only for the second quarter, April to June, was up seriously from about from 9 billion to about 24. Also, their rental activities from that period again was up. I'm not looking at all that. You see that this tells you that what is happening because there's little improvement in economic activities. Also, if they are down to around 9 billion in 2020, now it has moved to about almost 24. It tells you that this little economic recovery is also going to reflect on most of it. Especially now, I'm talking about treasury activities. Knowing that the banking sector that plays that treasury activities higher than this mortgage bank, expect what they would expect from them. That's why when I saw a breakout on the banking index, I said, wow, banks are set now, because at the beginning of this year, I said it on this program, saying that the market is likely to close positive, but not as high as the previous year. And the sector that will drive this market now are those sector like banking sector that did not move much in 2020. And this opportunity for them to move was the economic recovery, crude oil price is doing well. I see a lot of that are going to influence the banking result positively. For that, going forward, that's why when I say breakout in most of the banking stock price, I'm not surprised. It's expected. And when you see their half-year result, it also opens your eye to see how they have done. That's why you, as an investor or trader, if you are in all this banking stock, you don't need to panic. Yes, the market was a bit down, marginally down by 0.57 for the week. But I'll tell you that the market breadth was still strong. Yes, the buying sentiment was down because we have more selling position, sell volume for the week than buy volume because of the 2 days, the last 2 trading days, profit taking and sell off in high cap stocks. For me, there's no cause for panicking. There's no cause for one to say, oh, market, no. The trend is changed for a daily. It's for us to give. Whatever I said, as a trader or investor, should know how to combine different multiple time frame to know what you are doing and where you are going. Once you have that at the back of your mind, you are good to go at any time. Yes, I said it earlier, the fuel that market enjoy during any season is around the corner. One, liquidity is key. And you see liquidity in the market when there's any season. You see also momentum when there's any season. Also, you see sentiment. These three major things are important in any season. And that is why those that bought the any season have to invest profitably during any season, invest data material. They don't have to know, they know what to do at this time because they understand the game. For me, any season is a time for you to just position ahead of any season because one, liquidity will improve during any season. Momentum will look up, sentiment will look up, especially if the numbers we're expecting beat expectation, you see that the market will catch fire. People are saying rising yield in fixed income market. I'm telling you, these results are coming now. If this result beat expectation, you see that there will flow of funds back to equity market to a level On that note, you don't need also to look back in good position where you are, hold on to where you are. Don't need to panic. Like those that came for the master class last Saturday, they know what we discussed. Even after discussion, they saw it turn around the market, and most of them have partake, in some of profit that made within the week. For that, you need to also get information and take action immediately, which is very, very important, because I see that the earnings season is what's going to change the face of the market, because every corporate organization and analyst in this market are forecasting what? A better Q3. Now we're already looking at the second quarter. If they are kind of forecasting or projecting, estimating the future better numbers from the company themselves and the analysts, I see that this year better number will drive price. You remember I said earlier when we were around June that there was a kind of divergence between price and what and earnings. I said it won't last. Price will look forward to earnings. That was after Q1 number. You see that price actually look forward to earnings. If these earnings are coming at also beat expectation, price will also find earnings, because when earnings are going up, it will drag price. So valuation will be changing of each company because they are seeing a better number. If that is at the back of your mind, you don't need to worry at all. Rather, stay with your position. Stay with your position and see what the market will do. Don't invest and go and sleep, because I see that the key factor that will fuel the market are already there. See volume coming back to the market, and also we're seeing what we're expecting the earnings season. If volume drive price and earnings season drive market and also price, if these are in the market, you don't need to worry at all. And they are already obvious in the market. Don't forget that before now, our market has started opposite of crude oil price because of what? Because of the economic activity. But our economic activity is recovering. And because of the high price, government are able to meet some of their needs, sharing to local government and state government. For the first time in the history of our market, for almost the last 11 weeks, that we are seeing that this crude oil price was between 70 and 75, just reflected on the reserve of the nation just within the week for the first time after 11 weeks of decline. It shows that naturally things will improve going forward, and that will reflect on the economy. And don't forget that also, as you are preparing for any season, for taking advantage of it, that is why I always say that your investment goal and objective should always guide you in anything you are doing. Why I say so? As you are preparing for this anything, we are all buying and selling. Don't forget that we also have July MPC meeting, and it is economic activity that we're expecting. That is what this earnings and what economic data will determine the position of what MPC meeting. That means if you have entered early in positions and they are going up, you don't say because anything's around, let me hold. If you have made money, you sell, because after the MPC meeting, also there will be another movement, in the market. That's why you stay in your stock, watch the trend, set a good goal for yourself. Don't set, over target that I want to make 50% in 3 days. No, target that achievable. Like those that are reading me on our market update and other stuff. I always state it there. If you are making between 15 to 18%, you are good to go. If you are making, before we are targeting 25, 30, no, bring it back, because market is oscillating up and down. There's an opportunity to make money. That means if you say I come back and buy low, like I sold for my client Access Bank at 940, but I entered at 950, 850, and 945. You are made about come back again when you see assets below 8 900, you jump in again, because you should learn how to go in and out, especially if you are traders. I know that we have different type of investors in the forum, those that are long-term, short-term, but if you're a trader, you need to know it. But why for long-term investor, the earnings will always move forward in the direction where you see that earnings is positive, and earnings will always move price, either in the short term or in the long term. That means if you are seeing a positive earnings from any company, just key into that stock and wait if you're a long-term investor. But when a company is posting a negative number, I don't advise you, because nothing for you if you're a long-term investor, because it is what they have, they will give to you. If they're not making money, they are not giving you anything. But if a company is posting a positive number, it's a sign that at the end of the day, something will come out of it. That is why you need to wait for a long-term investor. But for those that are doing short-term, your technical analysis, your area value, like I always insist that your resistance and your support level is your area value. You're going to check where is the stock. Is it at the point of breakout? Like those that were in the master class, I told them when a stock is at the point of a breakout, there are factors that you look at. Factors like you want to see what is the volume of that at that point. Is it a volume that will break it out, a volume that will bring it down? You know what to do. If it is at the support level, is it about to reverse? Is the volume drying up? If the volume drying up, that means it's about to reverse. Also, you can. So these are the things that you should know, because if you have this at the back of your mind, you will always move with the market, no matter what is happening. I was able that no matter the rising yield in equity, in fixed income, it will not scare every one of us away from stock market or equity investment, because we understand how to play the game. All you don't need is just understand how the market works and key in at the right time. Once you have done that, you are good to go. yes, don't mind that this week, kind of short-lived the previous week a positive trend that we saw. So I also know that the week started on a positive note, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday up, but because of these 2 days, it's expected that that people will take profit. But once you are entering into the second week of the month, which is almost around the mid month 15, you start seeing more earnings. Like the company I'm going to discuss today during our fundamental angle of discussion, the company that you also see the date they release the result. That is that company that has such dates, you also look forward to such companies. All you don't need to know the right time to bring stuff, because date is very, very important when you are investing in the equity market. Date is very, very important. Don't put date aside. It always guide you to know what to do at the right time. It's very, very key. And that is why we should go this week. Let us not panic. Market is still healthy, strong, with good fundamentals. You can see that prices are looking up, earnings are looking up. Those stuff like earnings are looking up, you have to key in those stuff. This pullback is opportunity. But for me, for stock like Airtel to come down, we are not buying Airtel because if you look at the dividend yield and other things for the price, it has to come down, and that is natural for you for stock market. It has to find its level. Where it is, nothing is holding there. It has to come back and find where it belongs to. As it's coming down, don't be panic. Because that's why I said these 4 companies that that control about 60% of the market, whenever they share market share, stock like MTN, Airtel, BUA, and Dangote, and Nestle. But now it's only Airtel that does. You can see the board. BUA and what's it called, and Dangote Cement, because of their sector, we expect that their Q2 number will be good. And if it comes to the market and market response, you see, it also push the market up. You don't need to panic. Airtel will know where it belongs. But if stock like MTN, I believe the first quarter result, we saw that the number was impressive. You don't need to panic. There are things that maybe the market will find it balanced. Already, the low cap stocks are making new highs. You can see it. And why the investors are taking profit from the blue chip stock that have not rallied up to 10. Why the high cap stock are experiencing high sell-off. It tells you that the market has, because that's why I always tell investors that look at the sectorial index, because as market like this, people are going to look at sectors that are doing well. Like what I told them during our discussion, that when you're analyzing stock market or company, automatically we're going to analyze their business, the business of the company. And once you have an idea of the business of the company and what is happening, it will help you, in your fundamental aspect of it. Why your technical analysis will tell you exactly what is happening in terms of what buy and supply, demand and what and supply. You need to know the bid and offer. Once you understand all this game in the market, you always move to the trend. And also, trend is determined by market. It's not by any push. I mean, that trend is determined because of buy and sell. The volume in and sell comes together to give you the direction. If you're able to know the trend of the market, I just said that trend just came yesterday on a daily time frame. But on a weekly time frame, market is still looking good, not looking bad. Tells you that there is something in for our market, especially when the earnings start hitting the market and they beat expectation. And the likelihood of the expectation is very high, because when you compare the period we are now and the period of 2020, so there's a little improvement compared now to then. That means for you, it will give you an insight that we expect a better Q2 number compared to what we saw in 2020. For me, there's no cause for alarm in the market as we speak now. Rather, to stick with the right stock we are and watch the market move. Because I see that higher than expected earnings will also make stocks cheaper. And when stocks are cheaper, there might be movement, especially when there is inflation. And people see that earnings of this company are going up, and the price of these stocks are cheaper because of their earnings. There are about to be movement towards to equity, because that is only where people can also hedge against inflation. For example, now let's say stock that move under 1 week are giving 40%, 20%. It's that kind of stock. You are not going to see inflation, because that stocks of people are above inflation. You need to look at good stock, even in the next 90 days, in the next second half of the year, that will outperform the inflation currently, and even as we go to the future, because of the inflation is likely to reverse because of what insecurity and the farmers not being the farm. But nevertheless, because also if you say that the government should also improve supply of dollar and other things to make sure that manufacturing sector get access to dollar, bring what they want to bring, and other stuff to make sure that the cost of production comes down, and there'll be the supply side to reduce inflation. But we know that most of the items that make up the inflation basket, are more of food items, and this items come from the farm. And if there are no farmers and they're not putting enough, there will be too much demand on food products they are producing. Price will be up. That is why the government should find a way of making sure that this security is not to a level addressed to allow farmers to go back to the farm. Before you know it, the company will find a good direction, and that also puts the market going into the future. For me, there's no cause for alarm in our market, but rather You take advantage of information and invest wisely. That is only what we need now. Once we do that, we don't have issue at all. Let's quickly look at the market on a weekly time frame. We just discussed on a daily. I want us to look at it on a weekly time frame. Yeah, you can see this is the daily time frame. You can see this chart I drew here. You can see the market is still on a what we call a bullish channel. You can see it's still looking up. But once it breaks down this down resistance, that's where we'll start complaining. Also, you can see that the last resistance level has also not become a support level for the market as we speak now. And the market probably turning back here up is very, very high. And if that happens, that would be nice for the market at this point. That means you don't need any fear at all, because you are seeing what is guiding you. And we know why we saw this thick candlestick for Friday. You can see only on Thursday it was a little one. Even on Thursday, the market instead going down, closed really the left loss, because you can see this hammer here before this. And we know what happened on Friday, sell off in MTL and NTL. Yes, let's take on the weekly chart so that you see that the market is not looking badly at all. Yes, you look at the market here now. Look at this. If you look at this hammer here, it's down. The market tested it here on the weekly chart and it started going up before this formation. This formation for me can turn positive the next week. But why the market was up because of the set down? That's why we are seeing this wing here. This line here came down. But it depends on the activities for what for Monday. As we speak now on a weekly chart, market has not given a clear direction. But from the strength of fundamentals and information around the market, we're seeing that there's no cause for alarm. But the chart tells you that there's no clear direction where the market is going until activities commence on Monday, because the market was up already, but came down to almost close, at the same place with the previous, candle. You can see, but market loss marginal for the week 0.557. For me, it's small, and market can recover it by next week. We know why the market, was up already, was set down, and also the profit taking and the sell down in net brought this market down to this level. And also, don't forget that when you saw this thing at a big volume, you can see that the volume here was small, but higher volume here. We have to watch out what will happen on Monday by God grace, and that will give us a clear direction where the market is going. And if you want to look at other technical tools to confirm where the market is going, you want to look at MACD. It's very, very important to look at where the market is going on the weekly chart. Let's look at our MACD to find out where we are in space. Where is that? Let's hold on. The MACD. Yeah, I see the MACD here. I see the MACD on what? The daily chart. Let's go to on the weekly chart. See MACD is still trading down, and I can see that the money flow here is still above 50%. 50 points, which is also good. Now that MACD is looking flat here, and what's it called? MACD is looking down here. You can see here too that the money flow index for me is above 50, and that tells you that there's no cause for alarm for the market as we speak on technical ground, and also what is happening in the market with the number that I saw in Infinity Trust is a sign and a clue of what we should expect from the market. And also, I told you that the banking stock have rebounded. That's why the profit taking was seen. But that banking stock rebounded is also a clue where they are going. If the earnings of this banking sector beat expectation, we are good to go with them. Because I said it earlier that during any season, what you are about to see, you see improved liquidity, you see positive momentum and the sentiment. And also when these earnings become surprising, you see that price of stocks will also catch fire. I said it earlier, and I'm still going to repeat that the fuel that drive price equity award volume and these earnings. And we are seeing when earnings are looking up, price are looking up. This is the kind of place you should be. And also when you see that there's positive sentiment in some stock, because you're a trader, you don't move sentiment alone. You have to check what is the thing that if there's no major reason, write with that sentiment and come out quickly, because sentiment can overnight disappear from any stock. But when you see rising earnings with a strong momentum, it will support the price of the stock for a long time. But when it's only sentiment that's driving the stock, that stock will not last. Mark, you put it at the back of your mind. When it's only sentiment that's driving the stock without anything supporting it, either earnings, or momentum from it. Only just sentiment alone. That stock will not last. What that means, if you have made money in such stock, take your profit and also move to work that you see we're expecting a positive earnings, especially now that we're looking towards the earnings that will keep up from next week, because the one that came this week we're reviewing is very okay, and it's also early flyer. Other early flyers will start coming from next week, and if those numbers come, it will give you also a clear direction what you expect and where the market is going. If that is clear, I'm telling you, in the position you are in now, just hold on and watch the market. Don't just say you saw those on the daily time frame, it changed the trend, start panicking. No, you know why there was a change in trend in the market. That is why anybody in the market should always see and know what is happening in the market. Don't just assume. Because if it's not because market changed trend yesterday on daily chart, on daily time frame, you want to start selling the position, you can sell off other pick it. When the results are coming, market are looking, you will also be complaining. Or you don't know, you look to express your patient to see these numbers because you have positioned early. Like what I told you earlier, people that have those material know how to profit from any season video that we did. They know actually all this, but in that video, it explains why momentum is very good, sentiment is good, and why liquidity is and activities improve during any season. Because that, everyone should just hold their position and also watch the market. Even those that also attend the master class, your position, those in buy and sell signal, hold your position and watch. Let's see what the market will have for us for this week entry. Because I'm telling you, apart from the change in daily trend, if other thing remains intact for the market, consider oil price as remained oscillating within them. 74 and 75 is also a good sign for us. And for me, there's no question. Why I said oil price, I'm telling you, if oil price is still below where did they go, there will be more sell-off of this foreign investors in the market, because oil price high, despite it's not apart our result before now, which started very this week, they are still looking at, because oil price that they're still fundamental for the economy, for the country. For that, oil price is a plus for the market, whether it's reflecting now or not. So have it at the back of your mind that now we'll see a better number, valuation will change. That valuation that will come with the market will push what equity higher, the higher price. I have said it earlier, when you see earnings beating expectation, stock become cheaper and people are bound to position. Especially in an environment where there's rising yield and also inflation, people want to look at stocks that will give us a higher return in the short term, and that is what we are expecting the market to deliver on us, for us. And if you hold your position very well, don't need to panic at all. Just flow with it and we're good to go. Then before we go to question and answer, I want to quickly call up the fundamental aspect of the discussion this hour that we can look at it together before we quickly go into the question and answer proper. Yes, we are looking at UCAP this afternoon. This UCAP 5 years number for the last 5 years, and also we are continuing at UCAP because there's one of the early filers who are expecting to hit the market in the week we are entering, and also we are also working on the UPDC. In the next meeting, I should discuss this UPDC also movement, so that you can also see that where they are coming from and where they are going. But today we are focusing on what UCAP. This UCAP number for the last 5 years. UCAP number for the last 5 years. You will see that since this stock was listed on the exchange, I will tell you the history of Little. They have been consistent in dividend payment. But in the last 2 years, after they've gone into bond, access the market for bond, they had fund to take advantage of the market in 2020, and still they are still playing widely in the market, doing a lot of activities, which is also reflecting on their number. Now we're expecting their second quarter for 2021. We have seen their first quarter, we saw a positive earnings of almost 28 kobo earnings per share for the first quarter, and this stock is looking up and price is looking up, momentum is looking up. It tells you that there's something going for the stock, and the last payout was high, and that also is a plus for the company. But if you look at the strength of the number that I might have from this company, you can see that from the year 2016, you can see that the number there, the profit after tax, that's what I look at most important. I want to see what investors will share at the end of the year. You can see that it started coming down, but started improving in this second quarter, not full year. You can see that we had 1.6 billion and to 1.9 billion in 2020 second quarter. We expect that this year, 2021, we're expecting number to see that their profit after tax should cross 2 billion, and that also will be good for them. and we'll see a better number. One thing that very important is that we need to look at the date of release. It's very, very key. And that is why I said date matters in our investment decision. Look at the date these numbers hit the market. You tell me when you classify this stock in terms of filing the number. 16th of July 2016, their number hit the market. On the 11th of July 2017, they released their number. On the 17th of July 2018, 17th they maintained the same day in 2019, and that then 2020 it was done on what, on the 16th of July. That tells you that as we are looking for result now, if you have at the back of your mind that the first number that we should expect to come in the next week we are entering now should be from what? From UCAP. And UCAP, if you go to back and look at UCAP chart, it's like a big resistance. This stock is kind of resistant to break out. That is around 6 naira 35 kobo. And come a strong resistance for that stock. If the numbers of UCAP beat market expectation, UCAP will touch 8 naira with ease, depending on the numbers that are coming. Now I tell you that when there's any season, they are bound to what? Improve liquidity in the market, improve what? Momentum, sentiment, and activities. And these activities are what investors are looking at. Once people see future of UCAP that is positive and strong, people already will start positioning for what? For full year result, because they know that dividend will come, and they are one of the companies that pay out one of their high payout dividend. And for me, I see that stock moving. That means if you are in this class today, if you have UCAP, you need to also hold your position and watch to see this number. And like what I said, when you are expecting coming, go to the chart, draw your resistance level, and see where you are. The date is coming, and still look at the volume. When the result comes, if volume will turn and increase and it break out, that means that at that point of breakout, you have to hold on. That means once the breakout, you're able to jump in if you are not there, because you have to confirm a breakout before the position. You need to know the date where the result is likely to come and go a position ahead of that date, so that when it comes and it hits you, as it goes over the resistance level, you move with the trend. These are how to invest in any market or in any position you are in. You must have idea of the dates, what is likely to propel the price, because technical analysis will tell you patterns, chart movement, price action. But the reason behind it, technical analysis will not come and tell you. You don't tell that it can repeat itself somewhere. But you as a trader investor, you will also gather information at this point. Oh, this price will break out here because of this information. And when information hit the market, it's like also to do the same, because you have seen it, you know the date and what you're going to like with. Now we're saying that the earnings of UCAP was expected to look up. You're going to look up really, and when it comes to that number, I look up and it beats expectation or market forecast, you're going to move the price up. And that's why you need to look at the price of UCAP. For me, if you are getting a stock below 6 naira or 6.20, good to enter. If you're a trader or even a long-term investor, but if you pick up the big expectation for Q2, you see that people will come and settle this because of what dividend yield alone will be even better for some people that compared to what you have in fixed income market. The yield alone they will have, and also capital appreciation, knowing that once they see the Q2 number and start position ahead, when prices are rallying towards the end of the year, they can come and they make good capital appreciation that will beat inflation. That means you as an investor, this is how to take position. Traders should look at what will drive price to where it is now to the next level, so you can position ahead of that information. That when you move it out, you already make a profit and come out. You don't wait to see information first, you buy. So that what I like you to move when you enter ahead of that information. When it comes and it goes, but don't forget that when any information goes against you, don't hesitate to go out. But that's why anytime you are buying a stock, set up your profit target and your stop loss immediately. Don't wait until it started. The day you are buying it, have a stop loss, have a profit target, so that when market go against your expectation, you know when to cut your loss immediately and jump out. Because even when the market is doing well and it's going up, you don't have fun in the market. You are just hearing story. It's when you are in the market with the money and it's going up, you'll be smiling. Yes, you are making money. But when the market is going up, they are writing the newspaper everywhere. They are analyzing the market. You are not there. You only become a story to you. You are not partaking. That is where how to invest at this point. Like me, I've seen that looking at the EPS. It's clear here that you can see the EPS of this UCAP for this period, that you can see moving from this was the early days when they listed. You can see sustain 60 kobo, 30 kobo, but of recently they start moving up because of change in the market, in the environment, and also the bond they have access to. They are playing bigger in the market now and doing other things because they are like investment, they're banking. For me, I see activities going well for them going to the future. Look at the consistency of this stock, whatever. If you look at the book value, you'll be wondering that the book value is low. But don't forget that the book value of a stock is low, but it doesn't matter because consistent dividends have been used to factor in into the price of those stocks. That's why the prices are high. It's not only the book value. I think book value is good, but book value is not only the thing to value any company. But because this company have been consistently paying dividend, that their valuation is even higher than what you are saying the book value because of that consistency what in dividend payment. That is why you can see that the book value of stock like Nestle is below 100 naira and is selling above 1,000. Stock like Dangote, you see that the book value is below 70 naira, but selling around book value is good, but most times they give you an insight to what so you can play what called your margin of safety will be high. But now it's no why there's kind of a higher price compared to the book value because of the consistent dividend payment in UCAP. That is why. And when we are valuing valuation with other different models, I see that the price valuation we're going to get will be around 8 naira or 10 naira, not because of what the but because of the book value, it's not enough to say because the book value is low. No, it depends also the number of shares in issue. We have to have that one at the back of our mind so that we won't be confused because of the book value. Because of the performance of the company, we are seeing that the strong is going to do well and going to do well. But when you look at book value too, we want to look at the margin of safety in any investment. You can say, oh, stock like Zenith Bank, where the book value is even above the market price, you have your margin of safety is high. That means anything that happens there, that is you're likely to have. No, fine, but you are there to make money. Book value will remain while you are making money. And it will be a guide for you to know whether you are buying, or if overpriced or underpriced. But now we know why you can't start to at that 6 naira and above because of consistent dividend and also performance that we are seeing. That means on that note, stock like Zenith Bank now, we're looking at their performance and their book value. You relax there because you know that you are safe. You are very, very secure in terms of book value, in terms of dividend, in terms of profitability of the bank. These are hard to you to play safety and kind of protect your investment, kind of play safety in the market. But for me, you can't install that. You should go ahead and kick in your money and wait to see the result. Once the result comes, if you're a trader, you meet your target, come out. If you're a long-term investor, go to see what the final dividend at the end of the year. Because UCAP is not a dividend paying stock. You see why banking stocks are attractive now? Because most of the banks pay what? They pay in trade dividend, and people are looking to take that advantage. That's why funds are coming back to those banking stocks now because of what expected dividend. That is that everybody wants to earn something from this bank. I know that what they are paying at this trade dividend is not much, but the number they're going to release will give a lot of insight what you expect at the end of the year. That's why not that they're going to what they're paying is what is attractable. They want to see the number like stock like assets now. We know that assets are invested here, accumulating here, acquiring bank here and there. But still, consider there's activities in that bank. Look at their last year, result. Look at their first quarter results. If they maintain that tempo, what we saw, that trend we saw in those previous ones, the asset is a good one. And now they have started operation in South Africa. I see that as from third quarter, if that start reflecting their number, good. And also the way you can rumor of fear they want to acquire more bank accounts. If you want to acquire, let's say they part again on their number. And when you are building capacity, they are bound not to pay you huge dividend. But at the end of the day, when the capacity starts imparting on the bottom line, so that they can compete favorably with the bank and assets. And that tells you that assets have potential of hitting 14 naira, or if not, I hope 14 naira in nearest future in a few months. For that, if you're in assets, if you're taking profit and buying back, don't be worried. You're going to still make money in assets. For me, stock like UCAP, assets that Zenith Bank that we know that they have good fundamental, good numbers. For me, I call them a rising price, rising earnings, and rising wealth. Because they are creating wealth, they are rising. You also want to move with that, that movement. You are also creating wealth for yourself. Don't leave this kind of stuff that will take you to the next level, to the higher ground, and be relaxing on those that will be complaining. No, the market, there's a lot of stock. Choose the one that meets your investment objective and flow to the market. Thank you. And let's expect your question. If you want to make contribution to the market review or the fundamental of UCAP, you are free to contribute. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Hello, Ambrose. Thank you very much for the presentation. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Welcome, sir.
Okay. I have a few questions. Number one, this is QTS.
Okay.
QTS projected profit after tax of 169 million, and a revenue projection of 1.8 billion. Now, I saw in the market within the week, it gained 10% twice or so. So what's your take concerning QTS and this UPDC property or something like that?
Okay.
Those are also rising cost stock, which I would like you to speak something about it. Thank you.
Yeah. For, like I said earlier, that they are what called fuels of the market. what fuel stock prices are two things majorly. Volume, if you are trading technical, for those that are doing fundamental and others, is earnings. These are the things that fuel, price movement at any time, whether in the long run or the short term. They are very key important that you should watch out when you are invested. For me, for Q2s, let me start for Q2s as April as year end. And April has ended. Already, people are already looking to see the full year result in the month of July. That is this month. This month of July is the last period for them to release their result for Q2s. And Q2s also have done well. Their numbers are not looking bad. And so they released forecast last week. The forecast, I didn't even look at the forecast, sorry, forecast. But because of the dividend expectation and the full year expectation, that's why we are seeing movement already in Q2s. And also Q2s also acquire other what's it called? Other wire companies that are in the business to expand their own market, and that alone is what informs people to position, and because they see that Q2 is going to build more capacity to even produce better earnings going to the future, and that is how to invest. That's why I see activities in that stock, and they're expecting dividend, also expecting a better number from the company. These two are the factors driving the number. But you as a trader, you now have to your chart to know when these volumes are coming in and when they are leaving, so that you won't enter at the wrong time. If you see the volume moving, you train with the trend. Once you see that the party is about to go over, because trend volume will tell you what is happening, you quickly withdraw from it and look elsewhere. For USCM properties that have changed their name to UPDC, PFC now. You see, this company before now had been like a company that has been struggling, and because of their numbers are also not looking good. We know what has happened when they have investment in REITs and all those stuff. Before now, USCN, their parent company, are also be struggling. But you can see that since the kind of, how will I put it, divest from USCN property, another company coming in, and the background of the company that this company that is coming in has banking, investment banking background, and the people that are managing it are people that will know that they understand the business of investment. They're taking about 51 to 52% of UBDC. They know why they are entering, and they are coming with their experts. Not only that, look at what happened in the economy. They have also real estate gap in terms of housing, and that is the area of UBDC. And now there is inflation. People want to look at real estate, or reinvestment to do, and look at this area that people are already looking at this company. Don't forget that this company last 2020 result that came to the market, they posted in 2019 about 15 billion loss in 2019. But 2020, their loss are dropped to around 377 million in loss. That means the margin has happened within 1 year. For you to a loss of 15 billion to come as low as that means the company is going nowhere. If you also look at their first quarter this year, it dropped from almost 2 billion negative to about 400 something loss. Tell that they are marching out of their loss position. If the second quarter that is expected now turn positive, the stock is a stock that you will see below anything 2 naira. Because if you look at the stock book value at all, let's just do that one, it's about 5 naira, 6 naira, and it's selling around below 2 naira. For me, if the second quarter result turn positive for UBDC, the price will also catch fire. That means this is a stock that sold as high as 25 naira in 2008 when the market was up. It dropped to gradually to 11 naira. It went back again, came down. If you look at the chart for almost 20 years back or 14 years back, for me, it's a potential. I know that the industry is now, when the economy is struggling with the stagflation and all those stuff, there are some investment that people want to do in real estate, knowing that real estate business in Nigeria, developing here and there, low cost housing here and there. I see potential in that. Also, let me take a clue back to what I just saw in Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank. Go and look at their rental income for just 26 months. It moved from 9 billion, as I said earlier. It grew up with about 164%. Just their rental income alone tells you that something is good is happening. I said earlier that for treasury activities, they move only for doing good about 13.5%. For me, it's a good one, and that alone should give you an insight what should be expected from them. That is why people already are seeing value for that kind of stuff. And see, like I said, penny stocks are hitting new highs, while the high cap stocks are on sell-off, while blue chip stocks are experiencing what profit taking. Tells that there is hope for the market. Market is going somewhere. But don't forget that when you are investing, let your investment objective guide you, and also have a tools at all time to take, to know what is happening in the market. Don't just enter the market for entry sake. Have tools to guide you. That's why I tell you that your technical analysis software is key to you, and also understanding the market. Like this kind of class, after sharing ideas, go to your laptop with your technical analysis, look at what is happening, and it also guide you. You need to have fundamental background, who have shared. You need to know what is happening because earnings is another fuel for the market. Volume is another fuel for price movement. Why earnings for fuel for market and also the price of equity. For that, these are the things that you should look at when you are investing. Thank you.
Yeah, Ambrose, thank you very much. It's a very good one. I want, sorry, I'm just taking just a quick one. Learn Africa. The volume, it seems that the volume is going down because in fact, it got to a stage you cannot even see in the market to buy. And when I looked at their results,
the volume is going down, or it's not in the market. There's the volume you have seen. It's scarce.
It's not even in the market. It's scarce. And because they made a profit of over 101% above expectation, So, but the payment of these things is in October.
Yes, good. You are answering the question. That is why people want to leave that stock and look for elsewhere because the dividend payment is. That's why for me, it's because I pay you 15 kobo. The minimum price that you go to slow down should like 150. But they didn't get there. People are saying that there are still time. Now that any season around, they want to play any season between. That's why timing is key in equity investment. That's why when I hear some professionals saying that you can't time equity market, I just shake my head. Timing is key because you want to move with the trend. That's why technical analysis anytime, any day is what you need to complement your fundamental to make what inform decision to make money from the market. You just said it all, no?
Then suddenly the thing just jumped up. And it's not even selling. The quoted price is 4 naira 43 kobo. But if you look at the market price, they are trading between 4 naira 60 kobo, 4 naira 65 kobo.
The stock is not available. The stock is not available. Yeah. And also knowing that the sector is enjoying some positive sentiment, and also the numbers have improved since last year of that sector. People are not likely to sell. They want to see the number first. That's why we are not seeing volume there. And also their sharing issue is also tight. The holding structure of Miabeka is tight. The people that hold the major share in Miabeka, and they have information. They are close to the government. They won't like to sell. Don't forget that when the government signed their first agreement to do polio vaccine in like 6 years ago, the stock touched as high as 6 naira 80 kobo or 6 naira 22 kobo then before it came down. And now that we're seeing all this positive sentiment, and also if the way is going that the forum of Nigeria Governors Forum instead that government, even I can see advice from outside, they're saying let's look inward. We can import all this vaccine. Let's start producing, and these are people that have the facility to go into that production. But that the stock, if people that own it don't want to sell because they see that there is potential in that stock. If they start doing vaccine now, that was another market for them. Hello. Hello.
Hi, hello. I can hear you.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Ambrose. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yeah, please, can you review Vitafoam?
Vitafoam.
Yes.
Vitafoam. Let me just review because what I'm doing as what's it called? You captured. But let me just discuss Vitafoam briefly. Vitafoam for me is a stock that I've done what it's supposed to do in the market, but because there's the expectation of the number being a third quarter number, people I think that third quarter will give exactly what is going to come out of the company. Whether they're going to put bonus or high dividend, you will know for that third quarter position. But after seeing their first Q1 and Q2, it's an uptrend. Remember, I told you people earlier that when you are investing in the equity market, there are 10 things that guide you most. You know what you want to buy. You want to see a stock that is having what? A rising earnings, a rising price, a rising sentiment. If these are in a stock, it means that the stock is going places. What drove Vitafoam to where it is that because there's a rising earnings, a rising price, and also there's great expectation that moves to that level. What matters now that it's struggling. People are taking profit at 6 naira, 620. No, but when the results come and it beats expectation, it can move to as high as 18 and slow down. But it will only move higher when also they see the final dividend. But you as a technician, this what I'm saying now will be reflected on your charts. You know what to do. Whether you are to sell now and wait, or you are seeing a volume increasing, or you are seeing a volume drying up at this point. You know whether people are selling up at this point or people are taking position. Once that you have that your technical analysis and see this volume purely, will tell you what is happening in Vitafoam. For me, Vitafoam is good because they diversify into other African countries, and also what they are doing. When I told my friend that Vitafoam is into spare parts. He was saying, are they engineering? I said, no. Go and check all the interiors of the cars you are using. Most of them, they visit them, or most of them in Nigeria. And also, they do all those kind of interiors. That is that Vitafoam has come to stay. Now that they kind of re-engineer and they are moving forward, for me, the price is likely also to go higher. Once the earnings is supporting the price will still go higher. This is so that I'm moving from as low as 2 naira 90 go. Look at where it is today. In 2017. If you are there in Vitafoam, if you want to take profit, take half of your position as profit and want to see the final number. Number is very important. When the numbers come as the expectation, it will maintain that tempo. If not, when a full year can they pay dividend, price will still go up. Vitafoam hitting 20 naira this year is not surprising. When it was around 9 naira, I was telling my friend that he's going to hit 20 naira. He was telling me that possibility. The same person called me and said, Ambrose, you said it. Because when a company is having a rising earnings and also price is going up, it's going to go places. And that is what we want to look at. And also for you to be safe, if you're a technician, once you see a store like that, put your 50 days moving average on that store. Once they touch and go back, it says that the company has strength. When the company price action touch 50 and move back up again, so it tells you that there is strength in that company that is going somewhere. It's only when it is selling below 50 days moving average you can start shaking. But when it's above 50 days, say that there is strength in that kind of movement, that kind of trend. You hold on and watch. For me, Vitafoam, if you are there, hold your position. Because if you have made money, like I already said, take out some profit from it. Don't just hold everything there because you want to make 200%, 300%. No. If you have made profit, sell half of it and look for that stuff and let the one they want to leave there wrong with the remaining one. Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi, we are hearing you.
Hello?
Okay. Yeah. Are you okay, sir? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, Ambrose.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, can you throw more light on Access Bank?
Access Bank, yeah, I've said something during the presentation. Okay, let me quickly just wrap it this way. Access Bank, for me, is a stock for the future. And why is it stock for the future? People are asking me, Access Bank has been acquiring here and there. They are building capacity. And when you're building capacity, you want to come to a level that will stabilize after you are invested. They are investing in expanding. Not only that, the number that start mining from there show that they are becoming bigger in the industry in terms of their number. The only area they are still small is what is their profit after tax, that is the profitability level. Once all these investments start coming in, it will improve in assets. For assets, after a breakout of 8 naira, 60 kobo last the quarter review, it touched almost at 10 naira, 9.99. People that bought at that price took profit, which is good. But if you come back anything below 9 naira, around 8 something again, you buy back because if assets release the result, people are not interested in just only the dividend payout. They want to see the strength of this number. Once the strength of this number is positive, both institutional investors, everybody wants to look the way of assets because that will be the fastest one that will give them money going to the end of the year. For me, if you are in assets, just hold your position and wait. Assets are demonstrated capacity where they are going. And also, if you look at the movement of Access Bank and what's it called, Zenith Bank acquiring a Union Bank, if that will be for me, people that has the capacity or the strength, like Alaji said in one of the meetings that you can marry a wife and change him. But I see that assets are more experience in acquisition and merger. Good if they go into Union Bank, they can do well easily. But if Zenith Bank go there, yes, they can swallow what's it called, Union Bank. But the culture will take the time to amend and all those stuff. But for assets is used to acquire it. Then we're waiting for the numbers to start coming and show that yes, they have built capacity. That's what for me, assets, if you are there, put your position in assets. Fine. Because technically, assets is looking good in technical chart. What we're seeing technically now is just a pullback, a profit taking, which assets has strength. For me, just take position. If they are strong fundamentally, technically they are not looking bad. Just hold your position. Don't worry also a few days it's profit taking in assets. Assets is going somewhere. Like I said earlier, assets can hit 14 naira with ease without stress.
Good afternoon, Ambrose.
Good afternoon, sir.
Please, what's your take on UBA?
UBA, for me, is a buy. Hello?
Can you take us through on it?
Yeah, UBA is a buy. Yeah, UBA is a buy. If you look at UBA number, UBA, if you look at the dividend cut they did, it's not because the numbers were bad, they did their dividend cut. It's just because they see opportunity in the African market where they are to lend money. Because I have to ask questions. And now that the global really are recovering, economy is recovering, that means as they are lending more, we are going to see more at the end of the day in their bottom line, which their first quarter also are reflected. And don't forget that every bank in Africa is trying to take advantage of the new agreement signed, for this new Africa free trade, which UBA has already branches in all this way. In Ghana today, UBA is one of the strongest banks in Ghana. Another African country, for me, I see at the end of the day, they will do well. What happened last year, they called their dividend, the price slowed down. But if they come back to their good dividend period, and the reason why they called the dividend was, they said they want to lend money out to all those African countries where they see opportunity, which they've done. We'll see a better number going to the future. For me, UBA is a buy for me at this price. There's nothing, a good buy. And if you're UBA, hold your position.
Hello, Mr. Ambrose. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, I want you to share more light on flour mills and the northern Nigerian flour mills. We saw their result, but we can't understand. Were they paying a dividend or what? For northern flour mills? No,
northern flour mills, there's no dividend payment in that result. I've seen the result. There's no dividend payment. But you don't forget that there's also a plan for merger with flour mill Nigeria, which is possible that they have almost 58 or 68% of that northern Nigeria. They might not have to pay dividend since they are coming together. Fine. But for the result for the two sides, they are not a bad number. Only that of northern Nigeria was a flat number, not too impressive. For flour mill Nigeria have shown good number. And also an insight that the food side of the economy, well, that's why there's a bit kind of struggling or weak economy. People are still consuming. The number of flour mills are showing that where they are going, and that of Honeywell that came earlier. You see that the sector, that industry is doing well in terms of performance, in terms of price. For me, if you are in northern Nigeria flour mill, still hold your position. If the merger will come, you benefit from it. If you are not flour mill Nigeria, hold on, take your dividend and also wait for their first quarter result. That also gives you a clue where they are going, because the market has not reacted to the result they release because of all their kind of low payout in dividend. But their numbers are fantastic, and if numbers are good in a short time or a long time, it's going to impact on price. For me, that's just a wait to see the first quarter of flour mill Nigeria before you take any investment decision, whether to jump out or not. Just see the results first if you are there. For those that are in not flour Nigeria, hold your position, don't sell at all. Take the dividend and wait for the first quarter. Yeah.
Ambrose, I have a little question.
Okay.
For the interim paying companies, especially the banks, for long-time investors, should they just wait to take their interim dividend and look towards the third quarter and end of the year, or they should also take some profit along with the interim dividend?
Yeah.
What is your advice?
If you are actually in profit for those 3 paying the profit, take your profit, and the one you are leaving back will enjoy the dividend. It's also yours for long-term investor, because once we see this,
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yes, please.
Yeah, I said for long-term investor, you can take your profit now, and the one you are leaving behind will enjoy the dividend they are coming. But if you are stock that you know that yes, the potential will still go up, take profit and let the one you have enjoy the dividend you are coming, because you can't predict the market today. When you see another trend, you cannot know what to do. But if you are in profit already, take your profit. What you are leaving behind will take the dividend you are expecting.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Ambrose.
Sir.
Hello, sir. Please, I have 2 questions on GT Bank.
Okay.
Yes, number one, I'm surprised at how quickly the euphoria of the holding company thing died out.
Okay.
Secondly, I discovered, I was wondering why they put this GTCO. Then I discovered that actually they are listing in London
as a holding company now.
Yeah, the ticker name in UK, I think it's GTOQ or something.
Okay.
The Q, they put in a small Q.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, does it mean it is now dual listed like Seplat?
No. Okay. No. Okay, thank you. For me, the holding company for GT, I see the 2 ways, but I'll tell you the 2 ways I see it. But let me just make it so that we are learning. One is sit tight mentality of African leaders. Another one is that they want to expand their bottom line. These are the way I see it. Yes, GT want to kind of have other business. They see what is happening in Stanbic IBTC, what is happening in First Bank, what is happening in FCMB, their holding companies. They want to kind of replicate that kind of business model, which they want other other business to like pension to be contributed to their bottom line. And they are strong in fintech. They want to also look at a part of what is contributing to their bottom line, which at the end of the day, investors want to see a better number that will bring what a better dividend. That is why I see it. Another one again, why I see that the managing director time has expired to leave the office, but to create room for himself, he tried to have a holding company where he can become chairman. Just like what happened in First Bank, from First Bank chairman to like holding chairman. Fine, but for me, on the whole, it's for the good of shareholder. If they are bringing someone that understands the business to be the chairman, which is Abaji, there, that is good. You understand the business, you can help them to run the business. But what matters is that at the end of the day, it's the bottom line looking up, and that is what interests me and you as an investor. We want to see the bottom line looking better. And they said they are becoming a holding company. They have other business to do. You know that as a bank that has a only banking license, you can't do other business. Or under a holding company, the bank will run on its own, facing the banking business. While other business will have also be bringing money. At the end of the day, you post a holding result that will also be powerful to move your price. For me, if you are in GTB, you hold your position. But GTB, when things improve, once it be around 15 naira, it might be around 16 naira because it is number that will drive the price. And also, don't forget that the holding structure of GTB is tight. It's not like others in that sector. They have a good shareholding, also holding that is not as loose as others. For that, it's going to be kind of support for GTB. That's why, like people that now that we have done with our masterclass, if you have not gotten the stock market analysis beyond fundamental and technical, this is the right time to get so that you can study to know the importance of all the shareholding structure and the insider trading, all of them. Once you understand it, you can use also to up your game in the market. The videos are ready, and thank God for those that have bought it. They already justifying what they have seen in the video and how they have benefited from it. Just put that bought the last time I produced, I said about the video. Get that video to understand how to invest, beyond the fundamental and technical. All those kind of movement now, chairman, all those things, how does it, shareholding structure, holding, how does it influence, equity price, how does it support their price on the floor of Nigeria stock exchange? Once you understand it, also to guide you when you are taking investment decision, either for long term or for short term. Yeah.
Hello?
Okay, Ambrose.
Hello?
Yeah, let me clarify. He said that he saw it in London quoted.
Okay.
Remember that GTB has GDR, Global Depository Receipt.
Okay, sir.
That Global Depository Receipt is still listed in London. Even here, if you have it, we don't trade GDR here, you could have seen it. But that is why you see GT listed in the London Stock. It's listed not as a company, but the Global Depository Receipt, GDR, is already listed. And GDR is made of the unit of the GTB. So if the price of GTB go up, the GDR will go up. But that is why you see it in the London Stock Exchange listed as GDR, not GTB. Okay. Yes, GTB is supposed to be GTPH, GTB holding. But GTB, they always want to make themselves different from others. So because FBN holding, they have FBNH. GTB doesn't want to come with GTBH. That is GTB holding. That is why they call it GT Co. They want differ. That is their choice. But for me, their identity is lost. Because many of the investors, they say they don't see GTB being traded. I said GT Co is GTB.
Yeah.
They didn't know. Had it been they put it GTBH, already First Bank is FBN holding. It could have been better for the local investors because they will identify it. They can now go ahead. But now you put the local investors in a confused situation because they don't see what is GT Co. What does that mean? Co does not mean group. Co does not mean holding. So why GT Co? Just because of the attitude of GTB, they always want to be different from the others. So that is what I just want to shed light on that one. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Hello.
Thank you very much. Yes,
hello, Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah, with you. Yeah.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, I just want to No, what's your take on Total? I can see it's like I can see their first quarter, the good results, and I can see a few days ago they've posted 19 to be their board meeting, and it seems they want to be back to the normal usual in twice interim and something, because they said they will consider interim dividend. So at this price, do you see any upside on it?
Yeah, I see upside move, yes, but let me just tell you the background of the oil sector. You remember in this program, this is our question and answer, I've discussed purely on oil and banking. And if you look at your chart now, the two sectors are broken up from their consolidation level. I mean, that something is happening in that sector. For me, I see that for Total has potential to go upward. That's of they are well organized and they understand the market. No, like Total also going into energy, some of what light. There's a new information that came out that Total, even worldwide, are trying to go into energy, renewable energy. Put Total Nigeria also with part of it. For me, that's also a plus for them. But because of the continued hike in price of fuel, and which you know that GTB Total Nigeria is only the marketing, not the crude oil aspect, the marketing, local marketing. And the increase in fuel prices for them has also impacted on that sector. They don't get into marketing. That's why you are seeing their first quarter, see there's a missed number, top line will be flat, their bottom line will be up, just like that for the oil in the sector. And now that we are seeing that they are gradually coming back, because in their first quarter, they come back to even coming powerfully to profit, that they are having any per share that is impressive. I see that now that they are fully back, and before, for 2 years, they didn't pay 3 dividends because of what they are in red account. Now they are coming back into green. The probably they're going to pay 3 this year is high, but they pay that 3 in third quarter, not in half year. That means if the number second quarter also beat expectation, people will start looking the worth Total, which is good. That you take position now, it's okay that the price is around 158. This is thought that sold almost around 380. 355. For me, it's cheap for you to buy Total. If they come back to their normal culture, their normal term of paying down 3 dividend and final, the price will come back above 200. It's a good one to look the worth Total if you are already hold your position.
No, but they said there will be. I think their interim will start from half-year results.
Before now, their culture is they pay their interim dividend third quarter. Total.
Yeah, no. They used to pay twice. They will pay like 3.
It comes in third quarter. That is the culture. Go and check the history. Total don't pay half year. They pay the third quarter.
Okay, but I mean, from what I know, they used to do 3 naira, 4 naira, and 14
that is third
naira.
Quarter, yeah. They do it third quarter for December for their shareholders, and final one comes in March, April. Yeah.
No, they will do half 3.
No, they pay
third quarter. 4.
They only pay third quarter. They pay twice in a year, third quarter and the final. This is their culture. Yeah.
Okay, but this one they've put it on. I don't know if you see the note on the NSE.
So if they are starting with this one, it's a good one. Well, let's see the number. Let them see the results first. If they come in this one, good. Because also they know that they didn't pay good dividend because of their bad performance for the past year. If they are trying to start up for second quarter, it's a weak development. That also should be a guide for investor that it should start with position in Total, for long-term investors. But for traders, we already see a sign of Total going up. It's still one of the stock we are also watching. For that, investor can look the way of Total as we speak now.
Okay, then no problem. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Ambrose.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, please, do you have any information on the northern Nigeria, Nigerian flour mill?
I don't discuss northern Nigeria flour mill now. I said they don't release results. There's no dividend, but there's already an information in the market that they are likely to merge with flour mill Nigeria. If that happens, it's not surprising, because already before now, flour mill Nigeria had about 58 to 62% holding in that company, which is okay for me. And their result was flat, but not as impressive as their previous year, and they're not paying dividend. But that of flour mill Nigeria, an impressive number. Top line and bottom line was up, and also the industry where they are. I'm telling you, everybody in Nigeria, no matter who we are, want to take off atomic first. That means those food business, they will still make money. That's why stock like what's it called, Honeywell and the flour mill, Dangote Sugar. I see those stocks that in this period of inflation and all those stuff, I see them performing well. That's why their Q2 number is very important. That's why I said those that are flour mill should just hold on to see their first quarter that's coming this July. even though we're also in northern Nigeria, who want to see their first quarter in this July that will come first. No, June is the end of their first quarter. Let's see their first quarter to see what way they're going. Because I tell you that the fuel that move market equity prices is earnings. And if earnings are good, prices are bound to look up. Comparing where we are this time and what we were in 2020, we'll see a better recovery in the economy. That's why it's slow, but it's better than what we saw the recession period. For that, I see better numbers coming from these sectors. And if it comes and the expectation, market will react to it. Like I said earlier, that in any season, there are trends that are major. There will be improved liquidity, improved work momentum, and improved work sentiment. Activities also may up. If that is at the back of your mind, this is the time to look at and go, because every investor wants to see where I am. Because just like I tell you that if your child comes back from school and a big result that he failed, that child will be stoned at the door. But if you do well, you want to show your results first. And also if you do well, people will appraise you. So if your shareholders see that you are doing well, they will sell you off. But when you post a number that is negative, you see everyone want to dump you. That's why everyone is looking at the market now. This anything to kind of reposition their portfolio, where to go. If you bring result that you have done poorly, they treat you poorly. If you do well, they will appreciate you. If you do well, they appreciate you. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Hello, Ambrose.
I will start rounding up. Yeah.
Hello.
I'm with you.
I read something about SEC approving the buyback of Dangote cement. How true is that, and what is the impact on this price?
We have discussed on this program too that even during their last AGM, shareholders are given a go ahead. If SEC approve it, that means it makes the information more stronger for us to take advantage. I said earlier that Dangote buying share buy, this was not fees. It's another way of managing their price. And don't forget that that sector is not doing badly. For me, if you're kind of stock like Dangote, just hold your position, don't sell, because we are seeing that there's improvement activities in construction and development of housing here and there, infrastructure here and there. That means there will be demand for what? For those products of building material. And don't forget that when there is high demand, it's going to reflect on their price and also on their performance on the thing. Don't forget that also in the last quarter of 2020, they increased their price of their products, which is also a plus for them. Let's see the number of Dangote. If you are there, because this is another way to stabilize the price of the Dangote cement. Because with that alone, nobody knows when the right buyback will come. Don't forget that last year they do it during December. The price moved. That was the highest it got there before that comment because of the buyback news. Now that nobody knows when it will do the buyback, but that will keep people in the stock waiting. And also others that are there too, that are part owners in that company, they won't want to sell because they expect that buyback will come. And on the other hand, the buyback also going to impact their earnings positively because as they are buying back, they will cancel it from their share, and their share issue will be reducing. Just like what they buy back last year, we will be deducted from their share already. No, that means any earnings that they see a better earnings coming from Dangote cement, and that will support their price. I always say that earnings on the short run and long run will always support what price. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Lawal, your hand is up. Your question, sir.
Good morning, Ambrose.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yeah, you talked about UCAP.
Okay.
So from the notification from UCAP.
Can you speak up? I'm not hearing you. Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better now. Yeah.
The notification from UCAP is that their board meeting is 29th of July.
Yes.
So the past trend shows that UCAP usually bring their result mid-month.
Yeah.
Now they've shifted it to 29. So how will this date affect their price?
No.
Thank you.
Automatically, if the dates have been fixed for 29 for approval, we'll expect that should be because it will that date after the meeting, it will come that day. Just to keep our finger crossed. If that date has been fixed for the board, they can't approve it twice. That means it's after they approve the result that we can see it. And it's possible that after the meeting that day, you get to see that result on that 29. That means UCAP might not come this week as expected before. If that information is what you are getting to us now is right, no problem, sir. You are in order. That means people that are expecting you to come might not be this week. That means if you are UCAP, see what your position towards the end, the last trading week of UCAP. Because they can't release the result before their board meeting. It must be board meeting that they will approve it. That is the way it works. That means possible that 29, you might see UCAP result that 29. For that, let's be hearing whether it will get any filler about the performance finish. But I believe that their numbers will be good. There's no cause for alarm. The numbers will be good. Okay, sir. Thank you. Yes, we'll be done the curtain. It's 1 o'clock already. Yeah, after 1 already. Then before we look away from the discussion, let's take this talk as a stock to watch for this week. We need to watch these stocks. We have seen it. They don't release their forecast to the market on this week. Stock like a Presco that just adjusted their price down. For me, I see Presco moving up immediately. We'll see their Q2. And don't forget that they are giving a projection of about most, look at their projection they threw to the market. Like one of our participants asked last week, can we hold them last week before the other previous week? Can we hold to their forecast? I say, yes, forecast is a guide. If a company is forecasting, this is what we want to achieve. It's another way is for them to beat it. You measure them by beating it. And when a company beats their forecast, you say they've done well. If they're telling you they're going to produce release a result of almost 12 billion for bottom line for third quarter, and now we're saying that you're expecting their second quarter to be in the market anywhere from now. For me, it's the time for you to look the work of Presco, and also know that their share in issue is small and the shareholding structure is tight. Look at where they are almost the same business. They are Okumu is already around above 100 naira. For me, Presco will not remain at this price of 70 or 68 naira. If you are in the market, you are thinking of stock for defensive, at the same time stock to position, don't want your money to go down, it's all that you can look at. But if second quarter come now, you beat market expectation to move the price up, and that forecast of 12 billion, well, that will give you almost like 12 naira earning per share for Presco. If that figure is maintained, now, if they beat the figure, because every forecast is meant to be to surpass, to be beat by any whether by the analyst or by the company, anyone that will give you forecast, we expect the company to beat that forecast, either coming from analysts or it's coming from the company that they expected to beat that forecast. But if they are forecasting to give you to make 12 billion for me, it's a plus for them, and that's why you should take a look at the of Presco. And you that we don't discuss too is another stock that we are looking at. Then if you have access to stock like livestock in that same industry, these three stocks are stocks I've went down for today that I will share. Look at them. It's a stock that look for Presco, livestock, and UCAP. If you are not in this position, take a look at if you are there, wait and watch the market. Because if livestock maintain the trend of numbers they produced before now, forgetting that since 2019 they've turned positive, only that they didn't pay dividend for this 2019 and 2020. Or if their first quarter is powerful, as last time we saw it, and if they maintain that tempo in this second quarter, livestock is where you should be. That means at the end of this financial year, if you're a long-term investor, you are likely to get dividend. If you're short-term traders, you might see also movement of price because of a strong number. That's why you should look at this three stock for now and take position for the next week we are looking at. And also, before we round up the discussion for today, for those that are in this group and those that are in buy and sell signal, and all those that are on the other platform, those that were for that group, or have about like 12 for that group, I want to let them know that for tomorrow being my birthday, and on Monday we're giving a discount of 30% for all our product line, whether buy and sell signal, our materials, those that are bought the market analysis beyond the fundamental. We're still going to take your money to the next product you are going to buy next time. We're giving 35% discount for all our products for the birthday that's coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow 11th is my birthday, but it's going to last for 2 days. Tomorrow till Monday midnight. Take advantage of it. Any of our products you want to renew, you want to subscribe, it's time to tell them of 35% discount from the price we are selling all those materials, so that to encourage our followers on this platform, and also to thank God for keeping us alive, to be with you, and also to share the one we have, and also to hear from you. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Enjoy your week.
Hello, Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah.
Please,
how much is the market analysis?
Where can we see the...
Hello?
Hello?
I didn't hear you.
Where can we see, like, the list of your products so that we can know?
Okay. I will tell you to post it to the WhatsApp group today. For the ones I know now, I can remember, the buy and sell signal, a year is 50,000 naira, 6 months is 30, 3 months is 18,000 naira. For other products like a comprehensive, stock market trading cost, I think it's 100,000 naira for the 12 hours video. Then others like the one I just did last 2 weeks, stock market analysis beyond fundamental and technical analysis is 10,000 naira. But for those that this problem, all of them are going across 35% discount between now and Monday midnight. Yeah. But we'll post others.
Some of us are in the WhatsApp group.
Yes, we'll put them on the WhatsApp group. Yeah, we'll do that. Put them on the WhatsApp group. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, Ambrose, happy birthday in advance.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
So, what about chicken and rice and cake?
We'll share it on this platform, our next meeting.
Happy birthday in advance.
Thank you. We share it on this platform next week.
Happy birthday in advance too.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
So
give
us the new Orijo from Vitafoam. Yeah, waiting the new Orijo.
No problem.
Happy birthday in advance.
Yeah, thank you.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
The account details also when you are posting the list of those ideas.
To be there. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ambrose.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm gone.